Tag in. Probably because I changed the gears. Hey everyone, welcome to my channel, T-Bird Stacking. Oh, a little less than 5 minutes. I think I'm live. I had some problems with my Wi-Fi earlier today, and I've been having problems with YouTube itself. Um, Give me a moment here. I had to go grab my laptop, bring my laptop out here so I could see the chat. I'm gonna put some more firewood on here too. Q, good to see you. Joseph Lopez, what's going on? Good morning. Good morning. Hey, how's it going, brother Jeff? Good to see you. You were almost first. Shuvicha, Mayan, and then Joseph Lopez. You're number one. Number two. Now, how the heck did that? No, okay. Joseph was number one. You're number two. I hope you can hear me all right. Hold on. I'm still getting set up here. You guys, give me just a moment. Oh, let's see. There's a channel. There we go. I got to turn the volume down on this. All right. Yeah. Get my drink. I got to pull my chair over. I look like a coal miner because I got my headlight on. Let me get this going here real quick. Just a minute. Mrs. T-Bird was out here a few minutes ago. She works from home. She was she didn't take a break earlier, so she took a break. She come out here. Here's some nice red hot coal. We'll get back in there. Took a break and came out here during Michael's stream. I didn't think Michael was gonna. I didn't think he was going to close down so early. I know I do have a ribeye steak I want to cook out here. I don't really want to cook it over the top of this. I got some other wood I'd much rather use. Other than this hardwood. I said hardwood, Jeff. Yeah. I got some hickory I'd rather much use. Let me get some nice wood here. Get that going so I can come over here and sit back and see the chat. There we go. Who else we got here? Okay. Michael needs to spend some time with Nancy. Absolutely, he does. Absolutely. He woke up after sleeping for 2 days. You woke up, Joseph, after sleeping for 2 days? Wow. I've done that before a long time ago when I was younger, but I'd stay up for 3 or 4 nights in a row and I'd sleep for 2 days back when I was a teenager. Raka Mas, woo! How you doing? Good to see you, Raka. Always good to see you, each and every one of you. How are you doing, Joseph Lopez? By the way, and please let me know. I'm faced away from my camera because I got my. All right, let's see here. I don't know if you can see that. Maybe not. Got my laptop over here, behind me, behind the phone. I don't know if you could see that or not. No, you couldn't see that. I had it angled down. I'm directly behind my phone facing the fire pit. I'm not sure how well that's going to work. The president is spending the day watching Mario. Awesome. I won't be able to show up tonight. Oh, awesome. Good. Glad to hear it. Pile of, yeah. Seen that pile? Let's see. It's getting down there a little bit, but hold on. I got some. I got a light over here. Yeah, I buzzed right through it. I don't know if you seen the video or not. I end up doing a short on it as well. Yeah, I don't got everything set up quite well here tonight. Yeah, there's all the new hardwood. that I cut up from that tree, and some of the smaller branches. I still got a really good sized pile of branches over there I gotta take care of. And there's that tree. There it is right there. On fire. That's kind of peculiar. It says I got one person and one lake, and there's more than one person out here. I know we got Jeff out here. I know we got Raka. We had Jeff Lopez out here. He was saying good morning to everyone. Yeah, I do got a nice. Yeah, that is weird, Raka. That is. Michael has that happen every once in a while, but it says I got one person watching and one like. I don't think that's right. YouTube, it's YouTube or YouTube Studio. I don't know which, but I wasn't streaming or doing any content creating or anything like that. But while I was on Michael Stacking's stream, it's really odd because it said YouTube unavailable. I could still hear him talking, but the chat wasn't continuing. And I would type something out and it would show up in the chat, but nothing else. In the chat, and Michael would keep talking. So it popped, that same thing popped up again, that message. So I closed the stream completely down. Hey, War, good to see you. Thanks for stopping by. It says 3 likes on your side. Yeah, it only says one on mine. It's got to be a YouTube glitch or something. I don't know. But I closed the YouTube down completely and then reopened it back up. Look at that fire starting to go now. Yeah, it's 3 foot high flames right there. I know it doesn't look like it on your end, but yeah, when it comes to fire, I don't mess around. Let me back up here just a little bit. I got the room for it. I got my chair way up on the side here. Probably even readjust that leg a little. I ain't gonna mess with it. Buzz Bubble! Woo! Good to see you. Where's Babe and the Blue Ox? I got them out back. They're out back in the pasture out there, Babo. Got to keep up with the times, man. You got to keep up with the times. You got to have lumberjacks. They got shorts now, red flashy shorts. Ask Raka, she'll tell you. She knows. Keeping up with the times. That's all I can say. Good to see you, and thank you so much for watching that video, Rose Babo. Now, let me see. I every time when you come on, Raz Babo, I always want to know a few other content creators such as Michael, and I don't remember if it was Michael, but on other channels, they call you, they pronounce your name a little different than I do. I call it Raz Babo. Is that Raz Babo correct to you? Am I saying it correctly? Shorts and chainsaws. Oh yeah, yeah. And let me talk about another thing here. I'm jumping around, jumping around. Um, every time, not every time, but quite often when Michael says, "Yeah," have you ever watched Blake Sheldon? Doesn't he sound just like Blake Sheldon when he says, "Yeah"? And be Michael is tired. Yes, he is. He is worried about Nancy. I'm worried about her too. Uh, I'm sure she'll be all right. He's taking well care of her, and hopefully they get everything situated tomorrow, and they get her back on the road to recovery and feeling better. I can't remember who it was. I think it was Ellie saying that maybe they'll give her a cortisone shot. I don't know if she spelt that quite correctly or not. Yeah, prayers for Nancy. Absolutely, absolutely. Yeah, I was in Michael's live stream a half hour before it even started, and I was commenting, and I had it right up because I had my device. I had 3 devices going, I was watching Daisy May's live stream. I was on Michael Stacking's live stream before it started, and then I was doing my own little thing on one of my other devices. And I was commenting on Michael's, and I was counting down the minutes, like 20 minutes, 19, 14. Then I went to go put, I think I put 12, I think it was. And before 10 minutes even came around, he started his live stream up 10 minutes ahead of time and he was laughing. He was laughing. I said, "Oh, man." I typed out, "You tricked me." Because I was going to do the countdown right down through 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's see. What's Ruben saying? T Bird, can I plug another channel giveaway that's coming up? I plug. Can I plug another channel giveaway that's coming up? Mm, sure, I guess. I'm not quite sure. I don't have blonde hair, but I'm having a blonde moment here. I'm not quite sure exactly what you're asking or saying, though. Can I plug another, comma, channel giveaway, comma, that's coming up? Oh, you mean in here? You mean drop it in here? Are you talking about that other channel that you're talking about, Michael Stackins? Yeah, sure. If that's what you're referring to, yeah, yeah. Go ahead. If you want to drop a link to that other channel giveaway thing you're talking about, I think you're talking about 1,000 sub giveaway party on a religious channel. Yeah, be my guest. There's good medicine for edema. Yeah, absolutely. 12. Woo! 12 and one like, rock. One like. That's wrong. That's wrong. I got more than one like out there. I know you said I had three, but even if I was to, I got that awesome. Oh, it's a nice grass ribeye steak. It's a really nice one, and I don't know if I'll do it on the live or not. I'm not sure because I would have to get a nice bed of coals there first, and then I'd have to set up a couple of blocks on the side, take my grill grate and set my grill grate over it. The steaks inside the house in the refrigerator, and usually I would take it out of the fridge and let it come to room temperature, which I haven't done yet. And then I use whether I use Kirshner salt on it and coarse black pepper. I like the Himalayan salt that's got the thyme and the rosemary in it. That's a very good combination. Himalayan salt, you buy it together. I think I purchased it at Aldi's, and it's a very relatively good price. I don't do all my shopping at Aldi's, but I like to go there. They got some unique things a lot of time, and the price on their spices are reasonably low. COC has a good one coming. Yeah, he does at 5K. You bet he does. Yeah, I couldn't believe or James Real. James Real. I think it was the monthly giveaway. Wow. Did you see that? Did you see that? Guys, Bobo. James Real, wow. He got it. He got it. Good for him. That was so awesome. Montreal steak seasoning isn't bad either. No, you're right, or I've got some of that in the cupboard. Montreal steak seasoning. That is pretty good. I ain't gonna lie. I have had it before. I only live 45 miles, maybe 50 miles south of Montreal, but I don't think they make it in Montreal. That's what they call it. But the Himalayan salt with rosemary and thyme that's in it, it's really good stuff. And you can get it at Aldi's at a really good price. Really good price if you're having the need to pinch for pennies or save money. Um, I don't need to, but I always shop competitively. I try to get the most I can for my buck, so to speak. I guess I've always been geared that way, and but I think I was saying in a few of my other live streams before, Mrs. T Bird calls me bigger, better, best. Yeah, yeah. I don't mind spending the extra money if I can get something. If you're going to buy something, like say, not food wise, but if you're going to buy something, yeah, salt and pepper is all you need. Yeah. Kirschner, coarse Kirschner salt and black pepper, coarse black pepper. That's the basics, and that's awesome all on its own. But like say for scenario, I talked about it once before a while back. I don't think any of you remember it. If you were there, maybe you do. If I say it again, um, but I had a skylight in my house that needed to be replaced. It was just a simple skylight. So and it didn't open, but I went to go buy a skylight, and there was a skylight. Say for scenario, I don't remember the exact price, but say if it was $275. Now this is a skylight, a real nice one, $275. And if you got for another $50, you could get one that would open. So I got the better one where you could actually open it, and you could it had a screen in it. So you spend an extra $50. If you're going to spend 275, if you for three and a quarter, you're going to get something so much better that you can open and close. Now for another 50 or $75, I could have got an electronic one and could have had a little remote to it, but I said nah, I didn't. I didn't go that far. If you're watching pennies, the dollars will add up. Yeah, uh, yeah. I've done that most of my life, Jeff. I've always watched my pennies, been a competitive shopper. But like I said, if there was something I needed to get and you're already going to buy it, for a little extra, if you can get something that's 2 to 3 times better for just a little bit extra, go the extra mile if you can afford to, you know? And that's the way I look at things. Um, like, say, if you're going to go out there and I'll give you this isn't a very good scenario, but if you're going to go out there and buy a standard ordinary car for, say, $25,000 and just an ordinary plain Jane, and then for another $5,000, you can get a real nice sports car that's all dressed up, decked out to kill, awesome colors, some candy apple blue in it or something, or candy apple red. I'd spend the extra $5,000 to get the car I really want to get. You know, kind of that. It's not a very good scenario, but you get the gist of it, I think. Yeah, it is. You're right. You're right, Rose Bubble. And don't forget about the Yetis. It's where the gods live and the Yetis. The abominable snowman. Buy once, yes. Buy once, cry once. I didn't quite read that right. I'm looking at my phone. Yeah, that is one. Yeah, buy once, cry once. You're gonna cry. You're gonna cry. You might as well buy it once. Oh man. Yeah, but if I get a nice bed of coals in there, I'm for sure gonna cook that steak tonight. And I don't know whether I'll do it on the live stream or not. It would be nice if I did, but I'm not prepared for that. Um, not prepared for it, but if I do, I'll do a video on it and I'll post it tomorrow. Woo! Here's my bear. Mrs. T-Bird gave me shit. Excuse the language. I apologize. Yeah, but she noticed I took my bear out and I still got it up there, and she gave me heck because I got up there and she goes, "I see you brought the bear out," and I said, "Yeah." And she goes, "I noticed you did a live stream on or a video on it." I said, "Yeah, I did." She goes, "Nothing better happened to that." She goes, "You better take that down before it falls and breaks. It's heavy. It's not going anywhere." I said, "I'll make sure nothing happens to it." That's the one I fixed all up and repainted. It needs some touch up again. The paint. I mean, when I got it, it didn't look nothing like it does right now. Nothing. The nose was all broke off, and it had missing spots on the side of the face. I had to take some plaster and some other stuff I had gotten, and I had to recontour the face, the nose. I repainted it all, and it's been a few years. I got to do a few touch ups to it, but it came out pretty awesome. And I'm glad I thought of it during my live stream. Around here, Bubble, yeah, it's made out of concrete. It's not solid, Raka. It's kind of hollow on the inside, but it's made out of a concrete material. And I use some plaster on it. And for the nose, um, I'll be honest, I didn't use any plaster on the nose. I actually got some of that wood putty. I got some of that wood putty. Let me see here. Uh, I've got a lot of different types of wildlife around here. We got deer, we got groundhogs, uh, there's foxes, there's coy dogs. Oh, well, I can see the nose. If you can see right there where some of the a little chip came off already. You can see where it's like a light brown. Hold on, I gotta set something in my pocket here. Okay, it's my vape pen. But I mean, if you look at the nose, uh, trying to get the lighting just right, but you can see where it's like a brownish color. That's because it's wood putty. I used some plaster over here on this side, and I had to recontour everything to kind of look to make it look good. And the nose was completely broken off. And I did use plaster. I tried it. It wasn't working very well for me. I had some wood putty and I used some wood putty and I formed that whole complete nose, this whole nose. And I painted the eyes in it. I painted everything. I painted the ears. I painted the fish. Yeah, let me see here. I kind of maybe over kilt it a little bit by putting the red in the mouth. I don't know. I did the same thing with the bear on his mouth. Oh, yeah, Mrs. Peeber gave me a little bit of heck. But we got that like for about $5. I forget how many years ago it was. It was 7 or 8 years ago for $5. And there's a few pieces down here at the bottom I didn't fix up. That was damaged right there. I never fixed it. I just painted over it. Oh boy, yeah, I got a daddy long leg crawling up there. You can see where, like I was saying, there's a certain spot. I never fixed that. But I don't know if you can quite see that. There's a crack going right down the whole complete side of it. Mr. Daddy Long Legs. You get Daddy Long Legs, Rasbobble. Yeah, that's a Daddy Long Leg. But let me get back to the chat. I'm sorry I'm missing it because I was kind of showing the bear off. And maybe got to do a little more work to it. I've got a lot of things that I restore and do like that and paint up and fix up. Mr. and Mrs. Rex Texas Stacker. Woo, howdy. Howdy. How's it going? Good to see you. Always good to see you, Mr. and Mrs. West Texas. But wildlife, I've only seen it once. Mrs. T-Bird's seen it a couple of times, but they're a silver Canadian lynx. They're not notoriously around this area. There's very few. They're very rare. But a Canadian lynx. I've seen it once. She's seen it twice, and I've actually got footage of the footprints on it. There's bear around here, but not very often do you see one. I think only in 35, 40 years I've seen two. But we have porcupines. We've seen a porcupine just uh, last week. Me and Miss taking the doom buggy. We took the doom buggy right over there. Oh, come on. It's not going to work now? No, battery power's gone. But the other light came on. I think you can see it in the background. We had the doom buggy out. And we went for a night ride and we saw a porcupine. There's groundhogs. Squirrels, gray squirrels. We have a black squirrel. I have a. We got ermines, which are weasels. There's weasels. There's deer, white-tailed deer, fox. There's a lot of them that frequent my property occasionally. The coy dogs, thankfully, don't come around too often. You can hear them. There's several different packs around my area, but they don't really come too close to my house. Thank God. But they're probably more afraid of us than we are of them. Uh, I would have Jimmy Durant. That knows Jimmy Durant. I'm not sure who that is. I'll have to try to Google that afterwards. Jimmy Durant. Not sure who Jimmy Durant is. Don't they make nice coats out of those links? I'm not sure. I think they're endangered. I think they're endangered. They're Canadian lynx. I think they call it a silver Canadian lynx because I just got a glimpse of it. And we got bobcats around here. Lynx, bobcats are a little different than lynx. They claim that there's also mountain lions around here, not in my direct area, but probably 15, 20 miles to the west of me, which is nothing, but I've never come across any. There's rumors of it. I've heard people talk about it, and they're just rumors. There's very, very few of those, and if they are, I've never seen one. Remember Hatcha Chat Chat guy, comedian from the 50s? I think so. I think so. I was born after the 50s, but I think I remember the Hi Cha 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 Cha, the comedy guy. I think I know what you're talking about. If hopefully I can remember that name more and I can look at it. He's got that giant nose. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I think I know what you're talking about, but vaguely, vaguely. I have seen it a few times. Oh, that wood is. Oh man, I got you guys pointed away from the fire. You guys should have told me you're getting a little cool. Let me put some more wood on there. I took a handful of that other stuff. I should go get some of those other pieces of wood. Yeah, in case I'm gonna cook that steak later. Yeah, I got some hickory wood. I want to put on there. Mrs. Seabird should be out here very shortly. I want to get some of this hickory wood burning. Let's see. I want to get some of this hickory wood burning so I can have a nice hardwood coals for the fire. That log seems to have rolled off. Log, piece of wood. But yeah, Rasbaba, we got a various types of wildlife here. All sorts of different birds. We do have wild turkeys as well, and there's wild turkeys that do frequent my property in the back. There's a lot of turkeys that frequent there. A few deer. I've got some wild apple trees on my property that the deer come eat. They like to graze in the back part of my property. I guess I'm probably fortunate. I guess I used to be an avid hunter all the time. I don't hunt anymore. Um, I'd rather enjoy them on my property than be at peace than to shoot them for my own need. If worse came to worse case scenario and we had some type of an emergency where that's what I had to do to survive, then I guess I would. Yeah, it was a little before our time. Any new silver pieces? Yeah, I got a few new silver pieces. I don't know if you've seen the sword, my little ice cream cone sword that I got from Specters. Let me see. Oh, where did I put it? I usually have it on me. I don't have it on me. My five silver buffaloes. Oh boy, I don't remember where I put my five silver buffaloes. Hey John, good to see you. How you doing? Thanks for stopping in. I will Google him and send you and see if YouTube has a TV video of him. Cool. Thank you, Raka. Yeah, I'm trying to think of the name of the sword, but I got it from Specters. Uh, it was a 2 ounce piece, a $5 denomination. Uh, it was a nice pricey piece, but I didn't get it for. I got it because I liked it and I could afford to get it, and it was my ice cream cone. Um, but other than that, I think that was the last piece I think I'd bought. I do have my eye on a few other different things that I'm not going to talk about right yet. Um, but I've been getting a lot of silver lately because I got a ton of breakers I've been taking apart. I've already salvaged. I do the breaker salvaging. I've already salvaged about 3 to 4 ounces of silver from old silver breakers that I have. I have probably at least. I was counting them up to see how many I had, and I lost count at 150 breakers. Um, 30 and 50 amp breakers that I've gotten throughout the years and been saving and salvaging. And I'm slowly taking those apart, and I'm trying to take them apart as fast as I possibly can. So I'm trying to, instead of drilling out the heads, I've got other ideas of taking like a screwdriver and I'm breaking them and snapping the heads off and opening them and getting out the copper, taking the brass, and getting the silver off from out of the breakers more efficiently. And what I want to do after that is that 10 by 10 shed that I have, when I turn that into a fume hood, is to take that silver that's 95 to 97% silver, and I want to use acids and stuff and dissolve it to purify it even further, like street tips would. I think you might have heard of street tips before. And once I use the acids to put it in a liquid form, there's ways how you can take the base metals out of it. You can get whatever types of metals out of it, and then you can purify it and get it into a powder. Then you can use stump out. It's something that you can buy from Ace, and you'll have the silver will be in liquid, but you can clean it and whatnot, and then drop the silver in out of solution into a powder form, and then strain it and drain it, and then clean it with distilled water, and repeat cleaning it, and then you can take that silver powder and then you can melt it into pure silver, and then you can turn around and get a bucket of water, make silver shot out of it, and then I've got everything that I need to do that now, and then you can set up another type of device where you can make a silver cell, which you can actually grow your own silver crystals in a stainless steel bowl. um, if you ever go on streets, um, if you ever go on YouTube, that ain't what I want to say. On YouTube, if you ever research anything, research street street tips and watch some of his content. I've watched him for like 7, 8 years. I haven't watched him in the past year at all. Maybe once in a blue moon, but he does an awesome show on his salvage on gold and silver. He does platinum too, but it's one thing I will never do is platinum because it's very caustic and very dangerous when you get platinum into an acid solution, and if you're not wearing your PPE correctly and you get anything of it on you, it's poisonous and it can kill you. just the splash of it landing on your skin. I mean, lo and behold, yeah. Well, you broke stacker. I don't know. Let me see here. Let me zoom in my finger. I don't know if you can see that stain. That's because when I was testing some of my 24 karat gold out, I used my acids. And that little brown stain at the top part of my fingertip was at my cuticle. I had acid burns on my fingers because the solution I was using had a small pinhole. Had a small pinhole in it. Oop. Had a small pinhole in it, and it leaked out on my skin. And then the smoke started coming up, and I immediately rinsed my hands in the water. It didn't hurt me. It didn't sting. But my very first layer of skin was acid burned, and it left that as a reminder on my finger, on my cuticle, down at the bottom where my cuticle was or used to be, and it's slowly growing out. And there's no getting rid of it. There's no getting rid of it until it grows out. I don't know if you can see that out here. A lot of characters and cartoons. I'm going back to the chat here, making sure I get everything. I have the Aztec in all four sizes. Awesome, Jeff. I'm planning on eventually purchasing a new Coleman 82. Oh, nice. 196cc mini bike and replace the engine with Harbor Freight 212. Woo! Yeah, that one that Mrs. T-Bird's got, John, is a 196 or 193. I forget. It's plenty big enough for her. She loves that. She loves it. I wonder if 1980s is that same guy War was talking about, Raka? Passed away in the 1980s. Yeah. I gotta get my silver. What did I do with my silver? My coins. I mean, if at all, Jackknife, if he was to come out here, I have no silver to jingle. I'm trying to think. I'd had it in my pocket. I always usually carry my 5 buffaloes in my pocket. And I don't have them in my pocket, but of course I put on different shorts. I put on different shorts. I got a different pair of T-Bird shorts on. I may have taken it out of my pocket and set it on the counter. I gotta go see. Oh yes. Woo. Oh. Woo. Yeah. Awful thing to lay silver down and forget where you put it. Just in case Jackknife comes around. Got my silver. Just to see if it works. We'll see if it works. I jingled it. See if Jackknife comes around. Most, I'm not sure. Mr. and Mrs. West Texas Stacker may have flew out. Thank you very much, Michael Stacking, for stopping in. Yes, awesome. Give Nancy a hug for us, Michael. Bird's Third, thank you so much. Artistry Resin, woo, good to see you. If you jingle that silver, Jackknife will appear. Yeah, Jeff, he usually does. He's he either lurks, but I'm not even gonna. I don't even know if he saw those videos. I haven't seen him since the day before I did those videos of that pour I did. I've got it in my hand right now. You guys know what it is. Pops out there. I'll be sure to show it to him. It came out awesome. Yeah, Give me a call tomorrow, Michael. Let me know how she works out, how everything works out with her. Let me know that everything's good, if you will, please, and thank you, sir. Those buffaloes that are Wagner certified? No, no, not Wagner certified. One more time for Jackknife. For Jackknife. Maybe he took a break. Maybe he took a break. I was more one. I got. Wait a minute. One, two, three, four, five. For a second there, I thought I had six. Yeah, he might. Mrs. T-Bird not that long ago had to go have a bone density scan done. Hers came out all right. Um, they recommended for her to take supplemental vitamin D and exercise. Now, I don't know. I can understand what the vitamin D would be for because you need that for good, strong, healthy bones. But I don't know what the exercise is going to do. I don't know. Because as you age and as you get older, your bones get more brittle. They get more brittle, and there's not a whole lot you can really do much about it except for take extra vitamin D for that. But the exercise, I mean, you're putting stress on your bones. I don't know. And she takes these vitamins every day. And it's not only the older ladies; it's older men as well. For older men, they have more brittle bones. I I think I think you're right, and I do believe that, but not at an not at an elderly age though, Raka. I don't believe. Um, it's hard to put it in perspective, but when you're born and as you grow, all your cells in your body continuously renew. As you grow and you produce more cells, the cells are a replication of their selves. So if you picture making a photocopy of something and then making a photocopy of a photocopy and a photocopy of a photocopy, this is the way I look at people aging. Your cells are replicating, and within a certain amount of time, throughout a amount of years, all your cells are all regenerated. They're all new cells. The same cells that you have now are not the same cells, whether they're bone cells, skin cells, flesh cells, or whatever type of cells you want to call them, are not the same cells you had 7 years ago. They're all new cells. But it's like a photocopy of a photocopy of a photocopy of a photocopy. If you keep photocopying a photocopy of a photocopy, I know I sound crazy saying that, but if you keep doing that, it fades. And as time goes on, the picture just gets less and less and less and less, or worse, or however you want to say it. And that's what I believe aging is, because that's truly what the human body does. The cell, the cell makes a new cell, it's taking a photocopy of a photo. The genes and everything is taking a photocopy of a photocopy of a photocopy of a photocopy of a photocopy, and that's my belief, and there's truth behind it of why you age. I may not be 100% correct in the way I'm explaining it, but yep, yep, replicate, or wait, replicant fate, fade, and muscle. Yeah, That's the problem with cloning a clone. But I mean, different people have different genetics. Everybody has their own unique set of genes and genetics. You get some from your mother, you get some from your father, and it's passed on from parent to the child and what have you. And like I said, I feel a little fortunate because, and I've said it before many a times in my live stream, there's a lot of friends that I have that are 5 and even 10 years younger than I am, and they look like they're 10 years older than I am. I'm not trying to brag or put myself on a pedestal because I nowhere need to be on any kind of a pedestal at all. Not that I am. I, I'm an ordinary standard guy. I'm just fortunate that at my age, I'm in as I'm knocking on wood here, literally. I hope I'm in good health as I think I am. But for my age, I'm very limber. I'm I get around well. I feel good. Um, I don't look my age. Do I look old? Yeah, I look in the mirror and I don't. I still see myself, but I don't see myself as 60 years old, which I will be next year. I look as though maybe I might look early 50s, maybe early to mid 50s, but I don't look like I'm about ready to turn 60. And I thank my mother for that because my mother and a lot of my aunts and uncles, they all look relatively young for their age. And unfortunately, my mom got around 75 years old, 70, 75. At 70, she didn't look like she was 70. She looked like she was maybe, I thought she would look like she was in her 60s, early 60s. And then about 75, 75, everything kind of went downhill. Um, she's been aging. Of course, she does have dementia. Um, I don't want to quite get into it because it bothers me. I've had a few problems with her lately, not between me and her, but with her health and her dementia. And there was a little while there for about a week. I was off YouTube because I had to go down there and help with things and whatnot. But it's hard when your mom doesn't remember you. I don't know. It hurts. It's very difficult and it's something very hard to talk about. But is that hereditary? I think it is. Will I ever get it? I don't know. I can be tested for it. I don't think I need to at this point in time, but at some day in time, maybe I might need to. Ramp going at the birdhouse. Ramp. Oh boy. Yeah, I know. I know. It's all good, Raka. It's all good. It just I thank my mom for a lot of things, and my dad. Even though the way they brought me up, they brought me up very strict. I had came from a very well off family. I've never got any. I think I've talked about this too. Never got anything handed to me. I had to work for what I wanted. Um, they put a roof above my head, food on the table, clothes on my back. That's all I got. I'm trying to think who was talking earlier about working on a farm. It might have been Knuckle Busting Numbskull, I think. But at a young age, just like him, I did the same thing. When I was like 13, 14 years old, 12, 13, 14, I used to go and work at a farm. I'd drive my bicycle 6, 7 miles a day one way to go work on a farm for 10 hours. It was 10 hours a day or more for $10 a day. But all the food and all the soda I could drink, they all the soda I could drink. Yeah, also brain fog. I get brain fog every once in a while, a little bit. I think that happens to all of us, especially in the morning before I have my coffee. Yeah, I know it. Or hey, Jen, Good to see you. Thanks for stopping in. What's cracking? Sunbeams. Woo! Just driving by a light. Awesome. Thank you so much, Jim. I appreciate you. Woo! 14 likes. But yeah, I'm just glad I am what I am and where I'm at and what I do. Like I said, there's so much to life, and I don't want to miss it. I, I I don't want anyone to miss it. If there's something I can do, like I said, some of the things that brings me joy. I mean, I'm a silver stacker. I love stacking silver and gold, and I love collecting numismatic coins. But is that all there is to that? I originally only wanted to base my channel on showing off my silver and showing off my medals. But that's not all I want to do. That's what I wanted to do. But I realized the things that I enjoy to do. I want to bring out, I want to bring things that I enjoy to do, that I love to do, that makes me happy and brings me joy, and show them to the people that are not as fortunate as I am to have what I have. Maybe I have nothing. Maybe I have it all. I don't know. I just know what makes me happy. And for one instance, if I can take whatever I have and show this to the world and show this to somebody to make somebody smile or to give somebody an idea and say, hey, maybe I can do that. Or even if I can't, it, it brings a smile to somebody's face and that they can see this and they can have some type of joy from it. That's all. That's what I want to do. And that's why I mean, what Mr. and Mrs. West Country's, or Mr. and Mrs. West Country, not West Country, Mr. and Mrs. West Texas Stacker, sorry, started doing, they were doing a thing and they were doing cooking, and I like to cook. So does Mrs. T-Bird. And I saw them do a live stream on it and whatever. And I said, hey, I love doing that too. Well, I can incorporate that and do that into my videos. So I did it. Uh, riding doom buggies, riding dirt bikes, doing some of the things I'm doing. It's everything that I enjoy to do, and I'm hoping that it just brings a smile to somebody's. If I can do something like that thumbprint with Jackknife, and he makes a suggestion, yeah, is it silly? Maybe it is. Maybe it isn't. I don't know, and I don't care. But it's gonna put a smile on somebody's face. Say, hey, look at, I said it. He did it. Awesome. Yeah, Raka. Let's see. My solution: find a new things whenever possible. Find and try new things all the time when possible. Absolutely, John. Absolutely. And I kind of, good thing Deneen isn't here. She'd give me heck because I'd probably only get a 5 out of 20 tonight. I haven't. I've been rambling on. My apologies. And I haven't been even paying attention to the chat as much. Let me scroll back here. Okay, I did see that. Match contact. Local square. And in several studies that came to the conclusion that the reason for seeing go faster as we go over is because of redoing things we've done over the past over and over. Yes, that could be true as well. The land has been depleted of fertilizer, of magnesium. The doctor took me off vitamin D when he found out that he had kidney stones. Yeah. Oh man, Rakamas. Me and you both. Woo! Raka, you probably get enough vitamin D from the sun like I do. I don't know. As long as you go outside, you can get a lot of vitamin D from the sun. I've had a bout with kidney stones over the years, and I feel your pain. Trust me. I had to. I actually had to go operate it. They had to operate on me, and laser a kidney stone out. It was so big it was too large to leave my kidney. It couldn't pass through the tube down to my bladder, and they are extremely painful. Some women say they're passing a kidney stone is as bad as giving birth. That's how bad they are. Good night, Michael. We'll talk to you tomorrow. Make sure to give me a call if you're still there. And I hope you can still hear me all right. Because it's either look at my phone and face the phone and talk, because it looks like my chat isn't quite working on my phone, but it is on my laptop. I had that problem earlier today on another stream because of YouTube messing up. But yeah, I don't take any extra vitamins. Maybe I could stand to take a few. Yeah, yeah. Fortunately, knock on wood, I haven't had any problem in the last few years. Every year, I usually go for kidney ultrasound, an MRI, and an ultrasound. Um, I kind of missed my main doctor urologist had retired, and I had some new people. I don't know what happened, but I should have had one last year, and I didn't because I think I missed an appointment, and they never rescheduled me, and I kind of fell out of the books. So last year I didn't get to have mine done, and this year would be in September when I should have another one done. The ultrasound, yeah, they do, but they still will pass and they'll still be painful. Um, but I'm talking about an ultrasound where they take a thing and they do they put that lube on you and they do the thing where they do the ultrasound of your kidney and they can see how many stones you have on your kidney. That's what I'm referring to. And if you do have some, you can be scheduled to have that ultrasound done where it's a high vibration pitch that will help break the stones up. Yeah, image, whatever it's called, but they put you in a little laser thing. Yeah, you done work?
You didn't have to ask tonight.
What?
You drink.
Oh, I didn't have to ask tonight. Thank you, dear. Mrs. T Bird. Woo! Mrs. T Bird just came in. Who is asking about Mrs. T Bird? She's never on my name, my lives. Say hello, Mrs. T Bird, so they can hear you.
After them was working.
I know. I know.
Hi,
Michael,
everyone.
Mrs. T Bird said hi. She's done work. OMG. It's 12:28 and she's done work. Wow. Jeff says hi. Yeah, I somehow got to get back into that appointment to be able to have my kidneys retested. Miss War says hi. He says howdy, Mrs. T.
Hi, everybody.
Just worked a half a day. Yeah, I think she went in at what time did you go in?
9:30 this morning.
9:30 this morning. Woo! 9:30 this morning till now. Wow. Where are you, Jackknife?
Oh,
Now I'm getting
wow. I usually
depressed.
work more hours than that.
Yeah, I know. I know. Come on, Jackknife. That was for you, brother.
No, that's mine.
Mrs. Stevens trying to compensate my copper thumb.
No, that's mine, so I can give you the figure anytime.
Oh, stop. Man, you can never count on them Canadians to show up. Yeah, yeah, American Canadians. We're all, a lot of people don't
Maybe.
realize that I've said this during one of my live streams, but people who will agree with this? I should have done a poll on this. Who would agree with this? People from the United States and people from Canada are all Americans. Agree or disagree? Let's see how many people we get that will comment on that. People from Canada and people from the United States are all Americans. Laura's picking up what I'm putting down. We're all Americans. A lot of people associate being an American with being from the United States of America. But we're from the United States of America. We're a U.S. citizen. But even the Canadians, because they're from Canada, they're Americans. They live on the North American continent. We're all Americans. I'm not trying to rub your nose in anything, Jeff, but I'm just saying.
Wait, because they were all Canadian.
What?
I'm from a Canada origin.
You're from a Canada origin?
Well, I mean, like in our
Your ancestry.
ancestors.
Yeah, yeah. Well, that's not what I'm saying. I'm just saying we're all from the North American continent. We're all Americans. That's all. Just food for thought. That's all.
You're getting too technical.
Yeah, I know. Miss Stewart doesn't get too technical. Back me up, Raka. She's not touching this one, I bet you.
As you would say, nobody's going. No.
All right, Jeff.
You know what? As you would say, nobody's going to care in 20 years.
No, yeah, that's one of my famous sayings. 20 years, it ain't gonna matter. Nobody will know. Nobody will remember.
Nobody's going to care.
But no, they just the way I've always looked at it. I mean, we're all from North America. We're all Americans.
Get your ball.
But yeah, Africa is a continent. Yeah. So it's I guess if you think that way, that means everybody in Egypt is African. Yeah, they're all Africans. I guess that would hold to be true, wouldn't it? I would think. Yeah, that girl is getting down there. Or that grill. Do do do.
I'm not staying up all night.
Oh yeah, I know you got to work in the morning. I'm just thinking about cooking my ribeye on there. I may do it afterwards. Once that fire settles down, I got nothing but the coals, nice hot coals.
I'm just cooking you a steak.
No, I'm not cooking Molly a steak. That's a That's a $20 steak, and it's not a real big one. It's an
Molly,
inch thick.
hear that? Cooking you a steak.
Yeah,
Be careful, I don't want you to
yeah,
get burned.
yeah. Get her little toy ball.
I'll get it. I'll get it.
No, she doesn't want you to touch it.
Oh,
She's got her little ball. She popped it. It's a basketball. She popped it. And I'm not sure if I'm going to pronounce this right. Ricky. Randa Ricky. At Tariff Magnifies Phone Tokens. Hashtag Tariff Magnifies Tokens. And then Antarctican. I don't think anybody's ever been born in Antarctica. Has there? Thank you, Artistry, and have a good day. Take care. Has anybody? That's something. I don't know. I there's no civilization that is actually there's no civilizations that are actually on Antarctica. There are scientists and other things there, but I don't think there's any
aliens.
aliens. Could be.
Do they
Could
say
be.
that's underneath the ocean?
Yeah. But I can't even pronounce it. Antarcticans, I guess. Anti-Arctic. Yeah. Yeah, say that. You say that. No country. has ever claimed it. No, no country has ever claimed it. The United States is there.
Russia.
Russia's there.
Nobody's allowed there.
Nah, it would be an awesome site to go to. Awesome place in Antarctica. I've often thought about, you know, going to visit there, but I don't care for the cold that much.
You couldn't go there. You're not allowed there.
There's a treaty between 13 countries over Antarctica. I truly believe you're right. I truly believe you're right because I think I've heard that before.
Nobody's allowed to go there.
Oh, there's a treaty. There is a treaty. There's a treaty. It's just like the North Pole, but of course, the North Pole, there's no, it's just an ice sheet. There's no actual land mass up there.
Right. Far from what I know, nobody's allowed to go there. So,
In Antarctica?
yeah.
Oh no, there's people that are allowed to go there. It's like Jeff Rubin had said, there is a treaty, and I've heard about it before. There's a treaty amongst countries, and he says it's 13 countries. I'm not sure if that's 100% correct or not. It could be, but there's a treaty where uh, multiple countries have over Antarctica.
But there's a part of the Antarctica that the government will not
Pyramids,
allow you to
aliens,
go.
lost civilizations, dinosaurs. Yes. But I sure hope that Nancy feels better and gets better. Um, I hope Michael had heard me. I think he had heard me. Where he'll give me a call tomorrow. If he doesn't call me, I'll probably give him a call before noon or something. I'll be up and about. Um,
So what exactly happened?
I'm not 100% sure, but something about her slipping and falling out of bed, and she took Michael out with him when she fell. She had hurt herself.
Oh no.
Um, not sure what it is exactly in detail, but something to do with her legs, and she's in a lot of pain. And she's gonna have it checked out tomorrow. Yeah, yeah, it's awful. Alien spaceships and rocket ships. You know, I've seen in my days, I've seen some very peculiar things. Or I ain't gonna lie.
We had, tell them we were sitting out here. It was like
Oh
2,
yes.
3 o'clock in the morning,
Are you
and
guys able to hear Mrs. T-Bird all right?
we were camping. You and I were laying out by the fire, and we heard like this noise, and
Yeah,
it kept doing that, like it was getting closer and closer and closer, and then you could hear it like go away, but we couldn't
yeah,
ever see anything.
yeah. Correct, correct, War. I believe that. I mean, I believe in I believe in a higher being. Yes, not referring to aliens, but I believe in a higher being. Um, everybody has their. Oh man, I just seen a meteor. Man, shooting star was right over there. I saw it. But no real. Uh,
If there's life on Earth, there's life
but yeah,
elsewhere.
if there's life here on Earth, if there is a creator, if there is a supreme being, not referring to alien beings, if there is whatever your beliefs is, and I'm not going to say yay or nay, to each their own. I'm not trying to stir the pot or stir anybody in a direction, any at all, in any type of religion. I'm not trying to talk religion, but if there was such a thing as a supreme being that created all, he created everything. If that is the case, um, and why would he just choose our Earth and not anywhere else? There is life elsewhere.
If there's life here, there's life elsewhere.
There's literally quadrillions of billions of suns. There's literally quadrillion, billions,
There's other
and
galaxies.
trillions of galaxies, and every galaxy has that many plus more suns in them with planets going around them. Uh, somewhere conditions have had to be right to produce life. over millions and millions and millions and millions of years with evolution. And as I believe that at some point in time when our Earth was formed, it was a molten ball of lava, basically like my molten ball of copper I've got inside my crucible that you've guys seen. And somewhere asteroids and meteors and things smashed in our planet, bringing microbes here. And lo and behold, after millions of years of evolution, evolved and kept evolving into more and more and more advanced life.
Microism.
And
They
that's what I believe.
they
Um,
create life. They survive.
but anyways, enough of that. What happened to a giant? Yeah, what happened to all the giant skeletons that we found? Yeah, that were documented. Yeah,
They have a place. I forget where
I
it
mean,
is. Where
just
they have.
think of all the dinosaurs they did. You know, the dinosaurs. Look how huge those things were. I mean, if you go back tens of millions of years ago, it was a total different world here. I mean, mammals
Who watches?
didn't
Who
even
ask them?
exist.
Who watches Ancient Alien?
I don't know. Mrs. Teeber wants to know who watches Ancient Aliens.
That's actually pretty good.
I've watched all that stuff. Like I said, I've got my own personal opinion, but I'm not going to go into detail about it. But I do believe in a type of an evolution. But if there is a creator of everything, he didn't just pick this earth. There's other places. There's other places where life thrives. Um, there's even life in our own solar system, which scientists actually believe, uh, like on Utopia, not, what's Europa? It's one of the moons or one of the planets. One of the moons around one of the planets that has an ocean, and hopefully within my lifetime they'll be able to get um, some type of robotics or something to go underneath the ice to be able to actually see what type of life there is there in the waters. That'd be really interesting to see. I mean, I think it would be a blast to find out in my lifetime that there is life um,
Elsewhere.
elsewhere. Um, and I'm a firm believer that there is. I mean, me and Mrs. T-Bird have witnessed certain phenomenon that is totally unexplainable here on our own property, like 2, 3, 4 o'clock in the morning on a summer night like tonight. That's outside.
Yeah, it was like a boom, boom.
Yeah, I mean, we live out in the boondock, so to speak, out in the country. And behind us, like I've said in multiple
You have
live
nothing
streams,
anywhere.
there's nothing behind us. There's nothing. There's nothing but woods. There's a shooting range just a little ways away from my house. You can hear that during the daytime. Um, but for 7 miles, you can go 6, 7 miles till you get to the next road. And but there's nothing but woods. There's miles and miles of woods behind me with no roads, nothing. And there's was one night there was such an eerie sound, and there was no lights, no nothing, and you just heard her over in the background going woof 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 woof. It wasn't a woof, but like an electrical sound that was being made from a type of craft. We couldn't see anything, but
We could hear
you
it.
could hear it, and you could hear it get closer and move far away. And it was something that was not in the woods because it wasn't breaking branches or anything. It was up in the air, and
We just couldn't see it.
you couldn't see anything. I know what
And it was a
helicopters
clear
sound like.
night.
I know what drones sound like. I have multiple drones. I have 2 or 3 different
But
types of
they say that
drones.
the crust make that noise.
Yeah, I don't know. But even in my younger days, when I was a teenager into a young adult, the Mothman. Whose body are you burning? And, nobody's. I've got some wood that's burning in my fire pit, and I'm letting it all come down to a coal. Well, actually, there's some chicken bones in there from the other night. we had chicken wings, so I do got some chicken wing bones inside there. A chicken, but I'm letting the coals burn down because I have a nice ribeye steak that I'm going to put a grill over the top, a couple of cinder blocks, and I'm going to put the coals all together, and I'm going to cook a nice inch and a half thick ribeye steak for me to eat.
Did you ever eat that lasagna earlier?
Huh? Yes, I did have those on here. Yeah.
I just want to make sure you didn't get sidetracked and
No,
leave the
no,
thing for you.
no, that's all gone. And a half of apple pie. I think Michael was asking that in my live stream. Yeah, I ate a half of apple pie and a lasagna.
There's nothing better than apple pie with vanilla ice cream.
Oh, vanilla ice cream. And did you already go lock the house door? Yeah. You'll get us some ice cream?
Oh, I gotta get to bed.
Oh, all right. That'll be fine. I'll probably go in the house because I do want to cook that steak. I want to cook that steak. But when I was younger, in this area, I grew up in this area. Um, Back when we were younger, we had different types of headlights on our vehicles. When I was a teenager, 12, 13, 14, 15 years old. And me and my brothers and our next neighbors and our friends, we out in the back of my father's property in the woods, we had a clubhouse that we built, you know, and were we were we doing anything that we shouldn't have been doing? No. We we did when we were in our later teens. We used to sneak out and take beer from our parents and braid their liquor cabinets. And yeah, when we got a little bit older, maybe we smoked a little bit of grass. You know, not the grass you walk on or mow either. Uh, Never was I a big user in smoking grass, but have I smoked a little marijuana? Yes. Um, do I now? No. Um, have I in the last 5 years? Yes. Once. And it only took maybe like one or two hits, and I was like, "Da, da, do, do, do." I'm not going to do that again. But back in my teenage years, I dabbled with just drinking and smoking a little bit of marijuana. No, none of those other, no hard drugs, no hard drugs. Never did pot, never did meth or acid or any of that other stuff. That's not me. But do I do it now? No, I don't. I don't even hardly ever drink. Hardly ever. But when we were younger and as kids, we were bringing stuff from my parents' house to our fort, and it was late at night. I mean, we were staying out there. We were like camping out there. We'd stay out all night long. We'd sleep there, but we'd go back to the house. We'd grab stuff and bring it back down there. And not a one of us were. We weren't smoking anything like that at that time. We weren't drinking. We weren't bringing back and stealing beer and liquor from our parents' cabinets. T-Bird's a stoner. No, I'm not a stoner. I'm just being honest with you. Have I ever smoked pot? Yes, I have a couple of times when I was younger. You know, a little bit here, a little there. Not that much, very little. I have friends that are stoners, and I don't want to be like them because they just don't have any self control. They think that they got to. I mean, now no, but years ago they just think they always got to be high. They always got to smoke, and I didn't want to be that. I never wanted to be that. Never was that. But I'm trying to get to the story. We were walking, bringing back uh, stuff back to our fort, back to our clubhouse, and we had lumber that we wanted to bring back there. So we took the lumber, the 2x4s, we put them all together. We put our blankets and our pillows and our stuff that we had on there. We were walking back, and it was really late at night, like around now, like 2, 3 o'clock in the morning. And
Molly.
we were heading back there. And back when I was saying back in the day, the headlights weren't the same on vehicles. So, like, say if it was raining or something, or the headlights weren't quite positioned quite right, if you had a cloudy sky, you would actually see the lights reflect off in the clouds up above you. Like if they hit the road, they'd reflect back, and then you could. It looked like lights up in the clouds, and there weren't. But one night, me and my buddy David, and my brother Wayne, we were walking back. We were carrying stuff back along the side of the road because it was easier walking along the side of the road to get to that area than to walk through all the brushes in the back. And they said, "Hey, look, you can see the headlights from the interstate over there, off the clouds." And I turned around and said, "Yeah, yeah, I can see them." And there's like three or four of them, and they were not in sequence. They were out of sequence, and they weren't. It was a clear, crystal, star-filled night. There wasn't a single cloud in the sky, not a single one. But you could hear a low hum, and they seemed to have been following us. And we weren't high, we weren't drinking, we weren't drunk. Um, as of today, I still don't know what they were. Never found out what they were, but they were there. And they were like almost, it was like they were following us. And then when we stopped and we started walking away, we were getting a little scared, and we walked
Molly.
further. Yeah, Molly over here. Come here, Molly Bear. Ghost stories. And like I said, they weren't headlights reflecting off in the ground because it wasn't raining. They weren't reflecting off the clouds because there were no clouds. They were like a translucent sphere, and there was like four or five of them, and they're all going in unison together, but there was no direct pattern to them, and they were not sticking together. They were oscillating at different speeds. What they were, I have no idea. Don't know. And as we tried to get back to our fort quicker and faster, and we stopped, turned around, and looked, there was none. They were gone. And I'm like, what the heck? And then when I was an adult, down at a place that I worked, probably about 10 miles east of me, Starlink. No, there was no Starlink satellite. Oh, you saw Starlink satellites one night. Wow. Yeah. Them are awesome more. I've seen them only once. And there was more than eight in a row. I'm not sure, but there had to have been like about 15 of them. And I've only seen it once. And that is very awesome to see.
We've seen those
The
stars.
Starlink satellites, yeah.
Yeah,
Was it last year?
yeah, we saw them.
That was something awesome to see. That was really
You should
wicked.
give them tell them that link you go to, that place you go to.
Oh, I can't think of it off the top of my head. But as an adult, at a workplace that I was working at back in 1999, 1999, I had worked for Canadian Pacific Railway, CP Rails. Um, I was working down at Ross's Point. It was very early in the morning, like it is now, 2 o'clock in the morning, and this is just right on the border, where literally within a minute you could walk from the United States into Canada. It's where the freight trains come from Canada, from Montreal down into New York State. And I was outside waiting for a train to come down, and but it hadn't arrived. It was running late, and I was outside, and I kid you not, I seen this V-shaped craft. It was a V-shaped craft. It looked like it might have only been maybe about 150, 200 feet up in the air. Hey, Cindy, good to see you. How you doing? I seen a craft up in the air, and it was moving extremely slow, and there was no sound any at all whatsoever. What it was, I have no clue.
I've seen a meteor come down.
I don't know. Yeah, yeah, and you worked for CP Rails too at that same time, and Mrs. T-Bird had saw a meteor come down and actually hit the ground, and she called me up, and I tried to get her to show me where it was because I'm extremely
Yeah, well, it was right behind
enthused about meteors. I love meteors. I'd love to find one. Have I found some before? Yes, I have. But some that have landed, or that have crashed to the ground and been down for probably tens of hundreds of years. I don't know. But I'd love to be able to find one that has just come into the atmosphere, that has just hit. And she showed me where it was, or the area, but I couldn't follow the rest of it because I couldn't go across into Canada, just walk into into Canada. It's a huge field, and it's right by the borderline. I wish I could have scoured that field and that area. I know I would have found it, but I wasn't going to get myself in trouble with the Canadian Mounted Police crossing the border.
But you could see it like right across the sky. It was so cool. It was all like on fire.
Area 51 plane. Could be war. I don't know. Could be an Area 51 plane. But the funny thing about it is, like I said, I was working Canadian Pacific Railway, and I can say their name because of the fact that I no longer work for them. But it's freight train that comes from Canada down into the United States, and along the borderline, it's exactly what they did. It was traveling along the border boundary line almost directly. Remember the blob came from a meteor? Yeah, that's all science fiction. Very nice to see you. Very nice to see you, Cindy. I hope I'm kind of just babbling on. I apologize.
Did you
Maybe
tell him what I'd like
huh?
to do while on vacation?
No, I didn't. You have to refresh my memory. I'm hoping that none of this is boring you. I'm just rambling on, just chatting. I'm not paying that as much of attention to the chat. I'm trying to, and I
Ask him if anybody's
apologize.
ever been zip lining before.
Yeah, zip lining. Who's gone zip lining before? I could actually create a poll. If I can find my mouse. I don't do this very often. Let's see if I can create a poll. Um, I see Daisy May do it. I know I've done it before. It's right here. Create a poll. Okay, prepare my headline. I guess this is different. I've done it. Who is then zip lining? This is one thing Mrs. Teeper wants to do. Let's see.
I think it would be fun.
Yes or no? There. I think I got a poll going on. I think. Give me a little experience. Okay. Who's been ziplining before? So far, 100% yes. if if you want, please contribute in that poll. Who's been ziplining and who hasn't? I've never been ziplining before.
That'd
I've
be
done
fun.
bungee jumping before, but I've never done ziplining. And she's 4 years younger than I am. I'm 59. Do I really want to go zip lining? I don't know. That's what she wants to do on our vacation next week. And rock, I've done some rock climbing. I've done a little bit of rock climbing, but without the proper gear. This is like free rock climbing, only 100 feet up, but that's high enough. I scaled a 100 foot wall in the Adirondacks. Free climbing with no gear, no nothing, just the cracks of the rocks. Will I ever do it again? No. Are you kidding?
Where
That was
are
one of the
you?
craziest,
Show
stupidest
me.
things I ever did. Because if I would have fell, I don't think I would have survived. 100 feet ain't that high up, but it is when you got nothing but sharp, jagged rocks down below. Yeah, yikes, get gear. Yeah, exactly. It was quite a few years ago when I was a lot more younger, more in my youth.
They also have a place in Lake Placid and stuff. You can go bobsledding, doing
Lot
some
bobsledding. That's
bobsledding.
oh, bobsled. She
I'm
wants a
like,
bob. She wants to do a bobsled team on. Hold on, I gotta stir those coals a little bit.
no, they actually do. They have it in Lake Placid.
Yeah, Lake Placid. Lake Placid. Yeah, we're not that far away from Lake Placid. Anybody ever see that movie with the alligator in Lake Placid? I forget what movie that was called.
Lake Placid.
Yeah, what was yeah.
that's,
All
the name,
right.
that's the name of the movie, Lake Placid.
Yeah, you ever see that movie Lake Placid? That's the name of the movie with the alligator. I think it was an alligator, wasn't it?
I don't remember.
It's been a while since I've seen that. Yeah, I got some nice hot coals for that steak. Woo! Put a couple more small pieces on there. Get a little more light, a little more heat, and that other would be perfect. Go ahead. Don't be afraid to talk, Mr. Peter. I don't even know how long I've been on there. Probably an hour now. Oh yeah, but you gotta get to bed early.
Yeah, make sure you set your alarm for 8.
8. I gotta set my alarm for 8 o'clock. So go to bed late and get up early. Again.
Happy vacation.
Happy vacation. Piranhas. Gator too. Yes, Molly Bear. A little Molly Bear.
Well, they got this place in Lake Placid where you can go bobsledding.
Yeah,
That'd be
bobsled.
pretty cool.
Huh. Let's see. I don't even know how to. How do you view the poll? There we go. Okay, 67% of you have said yes, and 33% have said no. Well, I guess if I was to add to that, I've never gone zip lining.
So how'd they like it?
How'd you like zip lining? I bet your War was one of them that zip lined before. Sounds like he's done some rock climbing. Yeah, there's a movie about Lake Placid where is about it's an alligator. Yeah, an alligator in Lake Placid.
I don't think it was in Lake. It's called Lake Placid. I don't know.
No, yeah, it's called Lake Placid, but Mrs. Heber doesn't know whether it's the Lake Placid that we know. That's probably like about 60 miles from where we live. Lake Placid, it's near Saranac Lake area, down that way.
Wilmington.
Where is it?
Well, it's near Wilmington.
Wilmington. It's near Wilmington, New York. It's called Lake Placid. Good night, Jeff. Have a good night. Thanks for stopping by. Yeah, it's 1 o'clock, 1:02 in the morning here. Midnight. Midnight for Rakamas. Love the old 70 horrors and disaster movies. Yeah. Yeah, me too. I used to like the horror and disaster movies. Watch a lot of them.
Not me.
Huh?
There's a shark in the water.
Shark.
There's a shark in the water.
What's the name of that movie? Jaws? Which one though? Which one of it was that with the shark in the water?
I think it was the very first one.
The very first one? I don't remember the guy's name. I don't remember. I'm never usually good
They
with
actually
names.
made that where in made
50-50.
Jaws out in where is it? Was it Cape Cod?
Here, come sit over here. Speak up. I don't think they can even hear you. Cape Cod, where they made the Jaws movie, where they made it,
I
or
think it might have been Cape Cod where they made it, or Long Island or something.
no, it might have been Cape Cod where they did the Jaws movie. I don't remember. Where was it? Where was it? Does anybody know that the answer to that?
I think it was Cape Cod.
The Jaws movie. Where did they locate or have that based upon? Was it Cape Cod area?
Cape May.
I don't remember. Sharknado.
Sure, yeah, I'll watch that one too.
Yeah, this is T-Bird. Watch that one.
Sharknado.
Australia? No, it wasn't Australia.
No,
It was
Jaws wasn't made. It was made in the United States.
it was based like in the United States somewhere. Mrs. T-Bird was seeming to think that it was Cape Cod area.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was.
Yeah. Ooh, that 60% no. 40% yes.
Well,
That have 60% of everyone that has voted has not gone ziplining. 40% have. Well, you guys will have to find out next week. 'Cause I think that's Mrs. T-Bird's going to try to talk me into bringing her zip lining. Oh man. Like I was talking in one of my streams, I've always wanted to jump out of a plane out of a parachute, and I've never done that, but I always
Zip
wanted to.
lining would be fun. That's not
Huh?
like that.
Yeah, but I've always wanted to
We could
parachute.
go. We could go down parasailing down Lake George.
Yeah, parasailing. I've done parasailing once before. It's not the same.
I was gonna say we'll go zip lining. It's a rush.
Yeah,
Get your
it's a
little
rush.
ticker going.
No, I don't need to get my ticker going. My ticker's doing fine. Keep putting all these ideas in my head, Raka. What am I to do? Just like Jackknife puts ideas in my head, and
I
then
used to be scared of stuff like that. I'm not
yeah,
scared.
and then I make copper thumbs.
I think it'd be cool.
Woo! Jackknife never came around. One more jingle for Jackknife. I'll probably get. I ain't gonna leave right yet, but I'll Jackknife. There he is. Woo! Yeah, brother. Oh man, it works. It does work. You didn't hear it earlier. I didn't do it hard enough. I don't know. I tagged you in it, Jackknife. The copper thumb. That's not the copper thumb. Jackknife. Mrs. T-Bird wants to keep that. She wants it. Here it is, Jeff. You asked, and I did it. I can't bend this one though. Can't bend that one. What do you think, bud? Let me see if I get
Mark, Mark,
what. No, Jack sees something. Hold on.
where's Molly?
I don't know where Molly is. There's the T-Bird thumb, rather.
Molly.
It came out pretty good. A lot better than I thought. A lot better than I thought. That zoom in good enough.
Molly.
Give me just a second here. The dogs, Jack, is getting very. Oh, there's Molly way back there. Molly Bear, over here. We got raccoons that are back there occasionally, and she's way off in the back. I wish I could have put the camera on her because her eyes glow yellow, and I can see her from far away. She's coming though. It's very, it's very good that she's a very good, intelligent dog that'll come on command.
Come on.
Jax is not. He's a dummy.
Snoopy.
He's a dummy. He'll go take off and he won't come. He won't listen. He won't listen, but Molly will. It's 7:07 a.m. There, Cindy. Good night, Cindy. Awesome. Getting ready for work. Have a great day, Cindy. I'll try to get that out to you this week. Your stickers to you, Cindy. Take care. She's over in South Africa. Oh my, 138. Woo. Well, it's 138 in the morning. I'll I'll bring this to 145 and then I'll say goodnight to everyone. But Jackknife, brother. Oh man, yeah. I did a couple. I'm trying to think here. I don't know how do I end this poll. Yeah, I'm gonna end the poll. 40% of you have zip line and 60% have not. Yeah, 109. It just hit 109. But I will. I've been streaming now for an hour and 39 minutes, and I'll go another 6 minutes and cut it off at 1 hour and 45 minutes of streaming time. Um, but like I was saying, there's a couple different videos. There's one video of me, I think a short talking about it, and then there was another video of me having the two auto furnace with copper in it, molten it, and then I did it during I poured that thumb during a live stream. I'm pretty sure Rakamas was there. Yeah, I live streamed the pour and I poured that and I nailed it. I pulled it right off. And Jackknife, like I was saying, eh, if I can only one of the things I only want to do out here is be able to bring joy and bring happiness to somebody. If somebody asks me something, if I can do a little something to put a smile on somebody's face, like Jackknife says, "Hey, T-Bird, make a T-Bird thumb," because I'm always ending my streams going, "Yeah, woo!" And he said to make a T-Bird thumbprint. And when I first read it, I said, "No, I got to do a T-Bird thumbprint. I don't want nobody to have my thumbprint." But then I realized what you were talking about, maybe because you collaborated a little bit and you said, "Do a T-Bird thumb, copper pour." Yeah, no, I don't know. And I started thinking about it. And I said, "Yeah, maybe I will, just for the fun of it." And that's all it is, just for the fun. If I can do something that makes somebody happy, say, "Hey, listen to me, and he did it, and he pulled it off. Hey," and it brings you a smile. Hey, so be it. But check him out. I did tag you in one of it. But I know you're not a YouTube content creator, but look at that, how great that came out. I didn't think I was going to be able to pull it off. I mean, you can actually see the wrinkles right in there on the thumb. On the thumb. I mean, this area I kind of had to doctor it up a little bit, and it only is in kinetic play sand, so it ain't that perfect, but it's not bad. It's not bad. Yeah, yeah. Rocket thought I was joking when I was posting that, but no, I went and did it live, and I pulled it off. Be laying yourself down a cliff is a blast. No. Oh man. I imagine it probably is with the right gear. The the T-Bird Copper Thumb is like an award. If you do a yearly award show, this can be your prize for MVP community member. There you go, brother. Molly's over here somewhere. She's right here with me. She's coming towards you. There she goes. There she goes. This is T-Bird taking the puppy dogs in the fifth wheel. Now it's just me and you guys. A few more minutes, and I'll say goodnight to everyone. 2 more minutes. Oops. But, I'm gonna go inside, go grab my steak. I'm gonna go grab my. Forget the Emmys. Forget the Grammys. T-Bird's thummy is a real prize. Oh man. Like I was saying during one of my shorts, like I said, and I was talking about, maybe you think it's a little silly, and maybe I thought it was. I don't know, but it's all for fun. It's all for laughs. And if I could have brought a smile on somebody's face, I did. I hope I did, Jackknife. I did it for you, brother. I did it all because you asked. That doesn't mean I'm going to go jump off a cliff, or if you tell me to jump off a cliff. I climbed the cliff free hand, free, without any safety equipment before years ago. About I think it was like 20 years ago. um, scared the scared the bejesus out of me to do it. I did it. Was the biggest thrill, one of the biggest thrills of my life that I've ever done. It was a, a good 100 feet, maybe a little more, a little less, but give or take 10 feet, and it was pretty close to a sheer cliff. And it's something that I would never. Why did I do it? After I said, why the heck did I do that? But I mean, once you get up there a certain ways, you get to a point where you're at a point of no return. You have to continue. And I was there, and it wasn't a very smart thing of me to do, but I did it. And would I do it again ever? No. Even though I know I did it once, I could do it again. I'm never going to do it. No, no. I probably could do it. I probably could. I know I could. But if I was to ever do it again, I would make sure to have some type of a safety net as using the proper gear. because I'm not a real rock climber. I just I I sometimes like to do things like that. And if you watch some of my shorts today, when I went to Woods Falls, I did a part 1 short and a part 2 short. Part 1 short was showing the river that was coming down, going that way, and the river was very low. It wasn't a sulfur pond either, um, Rocka. It's just that the water. We haven't had much rain here at all. The rain that we have got was just a little bit. We got a couple of downpours here and there, but nothing to substantially make a lot of water. So a lot of the water, the rivers, and that's just a small tributary that leads into a huge river called the Great Sheezy River. And it leads to an area that I used to frequent as a teenager, where we used to go and party. You know, be a bunch of us and friends and stuff. We'd go down there, we'd drink and a little bit. We wouldn't get real stupid drunk or anything, but we'd be drinking. We'd have a little fire down there, and we'd have a little fire. We'd cook hot dogs and stuff over the open flames. We'd climb up to the top of the Woods Falls area if you saw that short, and it was fairly shallow, and it was very that was kind of another dumb thing to do. But we would jump off into this area where you had to jump out to be able to get away from the ledge area, the rock area just below. It's only like maybe 15, 20 feet up, but you only had like maybe 6 to 7 feet of water there that you were diving into or jumping into. And if you didn't jump out far enough, you could hurt yourself or cut yourself on the rocks. But it's a really awesome area. And I tried to videotape it today. And somebody that has that area owns the land on both sides and they have it posted. So I could only get a faraway shot of Woods Falls area. And there's not very much water there right now. The water is extremely low. It's normally about 3 to 4 feet higher than what it was when I went there today. But just sharing that with you guys today. Oh, why did my fire stop on my laptop? Uh, I maybe because I somehow paused the screen, to pause the video on my laptop. Yes, yes, exactly. Knots tied off and such. Yeah, if I wasn't, I'm in good shape. I know I could still do it, but I don't have nearly the amount of time in my life, in my lifestyle, at my age to do it. Maybe I could. I There's other things I would probably more enjoy to do, like maybe go water skiing again because I'm a very avid water skier. I've never snow skied, but I can water ski like a fool. I love to water ski. I haven't done that in about 10 to 15 years. I'd love to go water skiing again. Really enjoy water skiing. Never have I ever. I live up here near the Adirondack Mountains, not too far away from Whiteface Mountain. Y'all heard about Whiteface Mountain, right? I'm only like an hour away from Whiteface Mountain, an hour or less. In the wintertime, if I could snow ski, I could go up there all the time and snow ski all over the place. I could go over, I'm only maybe 50 minutes from Stowe, Vermont. Have you ever heard of skiing in Stowe, Vermont? I'm not that far away from Stowe, Vermont. All I gotta do is go down to the nearest city and get on the ferry, go across, and head over towards Burlington area. I can go to Stowe, Vermont, and go snow skiing. But I've never snow skied. Opposite snow ski, yes, water. Yeah, never snow skied, but yes, I water skied like a fool. Not a fool, a really good fool. I can really water ski extremely well. Slalom, I learned I water skied for multiple years, and then I got to the point for multiple years I kept kicking the ski off and skiing on one, but we'd have to always go back and retrieve the ski and find the ski. And finally, I said, "What? Why am I doing this? Let me just learn to come out of the water on one slalom ski and not have to worry about the second one." And I did it, and I got really good at it. And then I attempted to do a little barefooting. You got the slalom ski, you take your back foot out from behind the other one and place it on the water. And if you're going fast enough, there's other ways to do it right from the edge of the boat. but I didn't like that. But if you got going fast enough, you'd have to really get going fast to be able to support your body weight. Because once you try to kick off that slalom ski, which multiple times I would go tumbling into water. It was very difficult to get off barefooting by coming off from just one ski and trying to kick it off. But I did it multiple times and I was able to do it. I guess the easiest way to do it is have, I think they got some type of a little bench or something off to the side of the boat or something where you can have your feet in the water and you can water ski like that. I've never tried it that way, but I did a little barefoot in one time. Keep falling down the hill. Learn to stand up. You've been to Whiteface as a kid? Yeah, I've been to Whiteface multiple times. It's an awesome, awesome mountain. I've been there multiple times in the summertime. Uh, Maybe only once in the wintertime. But at least with the water skiing, if you fall, you're only going to hit the water. Yeah, it's going to hurt, but there's no trees to crash into. That's the thing. There's no dang trees to crash into when you're water skiing and you're coming down the mountain and there's trees and oh man, look out for that tree, timber. Oh man, I think I'm having as much or more fun than you guys, reminiscing about old times. Alrighty, gang. It looks like we got 9 people out here, 18 likes. If you haven't smashed that like button, please smash that like button. I'm going to say goodbye to each and every one of you for all that are left. It shows there's 8 people. I only see Jackknife that is frequently chatted. Rakamas, good night. Thank you very much. Thank you, War. Appreciate the chat. Uh, Thank you so much, Jackknife. I really appreciate that you answered my silver jingle so I can show you that thumb. Go check out those shorts, brother. Not so much for you to give me any uh, watch hours. It's irrelevant. Just go watch them. I did it for you, brother, and I hope you appreciate that. It was an awesome pour when I did that live stream. It came out wicked. But let me scroll back up, make sure I got nobody recent. I know I had Michael Stacking. Thinking about Michael and Nancy. I'll be talking to them tomorrow, wishing her well. Cindy's already gone. And it looks like consistently it was more Reka. Jeff, I think Ruben already left, didn't he? Yeah, Ruben already left. Jackknife and Rakamas. Good night, y'all. Prayers for those who need them. Stay safe. Be careful. Don't do anything I would used to do, except for use a chainsaw and shorts, cut down trees. Alrighty, gang. Take care. Good night, John. Good to see you. Never learned to single ski. I just speed demon with that one. I should stay at the sport. Awesome. Bird's the word. Yeah. Woo. Alrighty. T-Bird out. Hold on. This is going to be good. This is good. I can turn my headlight on for this one. T-Bird out. I need a countdown. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Woo. Bird's the word. T-Bird out. Yeah. I'll see you guys probably tomorrow. Take care.